So there's something to keep in mind between Ananda and Six Senses. Six Senses is more like a garden forest view. Ananda is more like, feels like being in the mountains. Hi, I'm Loveleen Arun. I work for Panache World. We've been handcrafting holidays for people for the last 25 years. We often get asked, which is the best wellness resort for me? So I want to take this opportunity to break that down a little bit for you. There are several nice wellness resorts that can compete with any of the global brands right now in India. And I want to highlight a few and tell you what their USPs are. The CGH Earth group in Kerala runs some of the best wellness places in India. They have Prakriti Shakti, which is more like a naturopathy oriented break or retreat that you would like to go to. Then they have something called Kalari Kovalam and Kalari Rasayanam. These are actually accredited by NABH, which means that they are accredited Ayurvedic hospitals. So they are not merely resorts, they are actually hospitals, and you can go there if you need to take care of a certain ailment that you have or even preventive cures for yourself. Another property of theirs, which doesn't fall into these two categories, is the very lovely Swaswara in Gokarna. I like to recommend this to people when they're looking for a lighter sort of detox or a 21-day gut cleanse. You can be by the beach, it's your own personal journey. It's more like a holiday, but you are going through the rigors of an Ayurvedic cleanse. Then let's talk about the two in Dehradun, where often people get confused about which one to choose. One is, of course, the long-standing, well-known Ananda in the Himalayas. It's a beautiful setting. Part of it is the old palace, and then there are these lovely rooms overlooking the valley of Dehradun, and you can see the Ganga from there. Up in the mountains, you feel like you're in a mountain retreat. I would say Ananda is very focused on wellness without it being very restrictive. So let's say you're going with a partner who's not so much into the wellness, or you want to explore your wellness journey but you're not yet very sure. I think Ananda forms a beautiful starting point for that. And the gardens and the mountains and the whole where the food you eat, the spas, the treatments, the specific programs that they run are very, very nice. I highly recommend that. Now talking about the Six Senses Vana, which also has risen in its popularity over the last few years. I really love Six Senses Vana, one for its lovely, beautiful, stunning, minimalistic architecture. So you get this feeling of vastness, and you get this feeling of being in a very pristine kind of a atmosphere. Mind you, although this is 1 hour away from Dehradun, so you don't get mountain views, you get forest views. So there's something to keep in mind between Ananda and Six Senses. Six Senses is more like a garden forest view. Ananda is more like, feels like being in the mountains. Now Six Senses, I would like to highlight that they have some of the best alternate therapies, acupuncture, hydrotherapies, the Tibetan massages, and they have a lot of group sessions. So if you want to do nidra, yoga nidra, you want to do flute meditation, you want to do some simple meditation, some food preparing workshops, etc. I think Six Senses really wins over there. The whole, the concept is just beautiful. Lastly, I want to speak about the one that people have been very curious about, which is a recent entrant into this whole wellness vertical, which is the Tulah Wellness in Wayanad. People say, okay, should I go to Vana or is Tulah, how does it compare? And I want to say that none of these properties really compete with each other. Tulah, for instance, is more with a focus on medical tests and how they integrate all of that into complete well-being. Half an hour from the Calicut airport, very, very accessible. The architecture is beautiful, the food is absolutely great. They do a whole lot of tests, so DEXA scans and way they test your joints, the mobility. So they give you a lot of parameters against which you can actually check before you check out. A team of doctors that works on you, all of the treatments, maybe a whole lot of massages, a whole lot of sports medicine, equated to being a wellness medical retreat, for example. They treat your ailments or your preventive healthcare in a very holistic but medical way. I don't think it is for someone who says, okay, my partner doesn't want to do it, but I want to do it, so let's both check into Tulah. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. At Panache, what we do is that we have gone and experienced all of these wellness places. We understand that some of our clients would like to keep their requirements private, which is completely fine. But having gone there, understood what these places stand for, we actually bring and choose for you what would be the best for you. We have all of the rates, we have all of the connections, the room sizes, what you undergo, what kind of facilities there are, and we are able to advise you on what is the best fit for you at that particular moment. So we help you choose the best.